Obviously, it's going to take
Sir,
a couple of
how,
years
if
for it to
domestic
kick in.
manufacturing investment is declining, can you explain to me how tariffs are bringing back manufacturing to this country?
Obviously, it takes a couple. It's not going to happen overnight. I mean, it's. I can't really name like one thing. It's just everything.
It's just everything. Okay, and why do you support Trump?
All of his policies. I mean, his economic policies, his foreign policies, domestic policies, everything.
Economic policies, foreign policies. Okay. Can you name one economic policy of Trump's that he's influenced to get passed that's benefit the average American more than it's benefit the rich?
I mean, I don't know specific names, but I mean the tariffs. I mean, all of his economic policies. I mean, he doesn't. It's not really like a specific thing. It's everything he's done.
So tariffs definitely have not disproportionately helped the middle class. They actually, the revenue disproportionately negatively impacts, or the taxes disproportionately negatively impact the lower and middle income individuals because they spend a greater proportion of their income on consumer goods. So if you increase the cost of consumer goods by imposing tariffs, that disproportionately negatively impacts them.
But it's more of a short-term trade-off for a long-term benefit.
What benefit?
For bringing manufacturing back to the USA.
And have you seen domestic manufacturing investment in the country go up or go down?
Go up?
Really? What's your source?
I don't have a specific source, but I could find one right now.
Do you want to bet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you $200 that real domestic manufacturing investment has declined under Trump's administration since he got in office.
Would you say real domestic manufacturing?
Yeah, which means accounting for inflation. Yeah.
Okay, let me try to find something here.
Do you want to bet on that? $200?
I don't want to bet on that.
You don't? Why not? You just said the tariffs are bringing a huge benefit to the country, right?
I mean,
and you said this is the benefit. I'm just curious. Do you want to bet? Do you want to bet $200 on that?
You work way too hard for me to steal your money.
Oh, really? So then put your money on it. You're too scared.
How am I scared?
Do it. I promise you'll lose.
No, I'm not. I never lose, just like Daddy Trump.
Okay, do you want to do it?
What? What?
Take the bet.
I literally have info right here.
Really? Take the bet. Then take the bet.
I don't want to take your bet.
Okay, well, I know you wouldn't. So if you take a look at this is real domestic manufacturing investment in the country since Trump's got in office. Let's take a quick look at this real quick. Do you see this graph?
Yeah, it's pretty small, but I can kind of see it.
Oh, yeah. Do you want me to make it here?
Yeah. What years are this? Oh, I see it. Okay.
I'll show you. You'll see. I promise. So you see, this is when Trump gets in office right here.
Mm-hmm.
In his first term. Okay. This is when he leaves office.
Look at that boom.
This is when Biden gets in office. This is under Biden. This is when Biden leaves office. This is Trump. This is Trump. This is Trump. This is Trump. And this is Trump. That's all Trump. All this decline right here is all Trump.
Well,
so
obviously,
you say tariffs are bringing back manufacturing to this country.
Obviously, it's going to take
sir,
a couple
how,
of years
if domestic manufacturing investment is declining, can you explain to me how tariffs are bringing back manufacturing to this country?
Obviously, it takes a couple. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to happen over a couple of years. So it's basically reversed. 2016, you see when the tariffs kick in.
It's going to happen over years. You mean when the tariffs aren't in place anymore? Because the tariffs that Trump originally put in place, the universalized tariffs he put in place, were taken down by the Supreme Court to be unconstitutional. So he used a different, I think it's Section 304 tariffs, which are only going to be in effect for 150 days from when they were implemented, which was in April, which then leaves them to not be in place in a few months. So given that they won't be in place in a few months, how are they going to bring back domestic manufacturing multiple years down the line when they're not even in place anymore?
I mean, I think you'll see them go up. I mean, I might be wrong on this, but can he not just renew that 150 days?
No. It has to be renewed by Congress, which Congress is not going to vote on that.
But isn't Congress Republican majority right now?
But they need 60 votes, and even the Republicans won't vote for it.
Why not?
Because they don't want universalized tariffs.
Because they don't want the country to be better?
Universalized tariffs don't make the country better.
How so?
I've shown you. We've actually seen a decline in real domestic manufacturing investment every quarter of Trump's administration so far.
You showed me one.
So can you name to me one benefit of the tariffs so far?
Bringing revenue.
Really? Because again, that was deemed to be unconstitutional, which means it got rid of
Yes,
that.
they
But by the
were
way, any
bringing
tax can
revenue.
provide that. And if
They
you want to
were
bring more revenue, so then you disagree with the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act because that reduced
no,
revenue.
no, but it helped American families.
Okay, so don't you think reducing tariffs would help American families?
It just like I said earlier, it's going to hurt in the short term, but then in the long term, it is going to help.
Okay, so then couldn't you say that with any other tax?
I mean, yeah,
Okay, so then
because
you disagree with the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act.
but that's different. That's a completely different thing.
Why? Because it disproportionately goes to the rich and wealthy?
No, no, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. Most of the money in the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act and in the Big Beautiful Bill go to the rich and wealthy.
So how can you say, okay, so about the big beautiful bill, how can you say that when it literally reduces tax on tips and overtime?
That's a very small portion of the bill. And that's also
What was the-
supported by Democrats.
What was the other stuff again? It was ICE funding, and then it was didn't it bring a bunch of healthcare or something?
It reduced access to healthcare by 10 million people. 10 million people are losing their access to health insurance through Medicaid through the Big Beautiful Bill. 2.5 million people are losing access to their food stamps on average every single month, and over 420,000 children are losing their access to free school lunch and breakfast on average every single month as well.
How? Why would they do that?
Because they're cruel. Because they
Well,
want to take from the poor and give to the rich. That's literally reverse Robin Hood.
I don't think it is, dude. I mean, Trump's gonna die in a few years. We all know that. Why would he? Why would he not want to help as many people as he can?
Because he's greedy, selfish, self-centered.
Okay, if he was like 30, like obviously he's gonna be more greedy. We all know he's gonna expire in a few years, regardless if you're Democrat, Republican. I mean, but
Also, he doesn't want to go to jail
well, doesn't he have immunity?
because he's president.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
asking why he wanted to become president.
Well, yeah, obviously he wanted to become
Maybe
president
because
so
he
could go
wants to
jail. I
not be
think
held accountable for the
anybody
crimes that
would
he's
do that.
committed.
If you were being indicted, you would want to not go to jail, right? Just like
You're kind of proving my point, sir.
just like who's that guy? Who's the
I don't
Hassan
care. What you,
Piker?
what, dude?
Have you not seen that Hassan Piker is being like indicted or whatever?
He has not been indicted.
He literally, hold on, let me search this up. I
Yeah,
swear I saw that he got, he's
they're
being
taking a look
investigated.
into him, but he hasn't been indicted.
Oh, he didn't get indicted yet.
Yeah, which this isn't a good thing. You think that's a good thing that they're actively going after people who
Well,
they
if he did
politically
something
disagree
wrong,
with?
if he did something wrong.
What did he do wrong?
Well, I don't know what he did wrong, but I'm saying if obviously if the DOJ thinks he did something wrong.
Do you think it's wrong to, for example, provide humanitarian aid to people in Cuba?
No.
Okay, so if he did that, you would say that's not wrong.
Wait, say that again. What?
Yeah, is it wrong to provide humanitarian aid to people in Cuba?
No, of course not.
Well, so if he did that, you would say it's not wrong, right?
If he did that, I would say it's right if he brought them aid, and if he didn't, then
You would actually
obviously
say
I
it's
don't like-
right, right?
I would say it's right if.
Okay, so
he
let's just
brought-
clarify. So that's what they're claiming he did. That was wrong.
Oh,
Hassan. The
He
federal
brought
government
aid?
is claiming because he brought humanitarian aid to Cuba that he violated a sanction.
what sanction?
Like a sanction that the U.S. has on Cuba because they're trying to prevent resources from going to Cuba.
Isn't Cuba our ally though?
The Trump administration is not operating like that. The
But
Trump
was Cuba-
administration is actively cutting off resources to Cuba.
Was Cuba our ally before?
Was Cuba our ally? But I don't know if I would consider them our ally, but it definitely wasn't in the same sort of conditions as what we have right now under Trump.
So you think we're less of allies with Cuba than right now?
Of course, yes. I guess I could say
Okay.
that.
Well, yeah, I don't really like look too much into what we're doing with Cuba.
That's
I mean, we
okay.
don't
So
really-
but like you just said, that wouldn't be wrong for Hassan to do. That's what literally what they're claiming they want to investigate that he did. Was
Okay, well, then,
literally
yeah,
go to Cuba and give food to people in need. Like
Well,
that's
then,
that's
yeah,
literally what they're
definitely.
claiming he did wrong.
I definitely think that's wrong, and if he gets charged or anything, then that's not right.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure that you weren't saying what he did wrong. What he
No,
did
no,
was
I'm
wrong.
saying
Instead, you're saying
if
it
he
was
gets
what?
charged, then that's wrong. He does not deserve to get in trouble for helping Cubans.
Okay, so then, what's your broader point here? So like, why do you still support Trump?
I mean, I can't really name like one thing. It's just everything.
It's just everything. Wow, that sounds like a really solid reason.
Well, I'm not gonna sit here like for 20 minutes explaining like like every single thing.
You're
You
not
don't
going to
even
sit
know.
here for 20 minutes explaining every single thing.
I mean, that would waste you and your viewers' time and my
You
time.
can just explain why you still support Trump. And wait, why not? Like, I literally have people on for like an hour all the time.
Yeah, that Buffalo Bills guy was on here for like an hour. That was crazy.
Yeah.
But
You've already been on for 11 minutes, so chop chop.
okay, sorry about that.
By chop chop, I mean explain why you support Trump.
Okay.
Like, you have plenty
Well,
of time.
so what? We talked about economics. What do you want to go do
Yeah,
next? I
why do
mean,
you support Trump? Because everything you brought up, we've debunked so far.
I think cutting the fraud and waste out.
Himself? You mean Trump? Trump is the fraud and
Yeah.
waste.
Have you seen what happened in Minnesota?
Yeah, the U.S. the ICE murdered U.S. citizens in broad daylight.
No, I'm talking about the fraud in Minnesota.
Oh, that is proportionally on a per capita rate happening at more than 2 times at a lesser rate than what's happening in Florida.
What's happening in Florida?
Yeah, there's almost 2 times the per capita rate of fraud in Florida, or more than 2 times the rate of per capita fraud in Florida, as opposed to Minnesota. Did you know that?
What kind of fraud?
I'm total fraud.
But what do you mean total fraud?
I'm talking about total fraud.
Okay, let me look into this. Hold on.
Yep.
Florida fraud.
Yeah.
Healthcare scams.
Look up fraud per capita because you
Florida
want to
fraud
account
per
for
capita?
population. Right. Thank you so much for the hand art. They even have a higher level of fraud than California as well. Per capita.
Floridians lose hundreds of millions of dollars to scams annually. State what? Oh, is this data accurate or no?
Yeah. Are you on Forbes right now?
I'm on, dude. It's this stupid Google AI thing.
Go to
I don't know.
Forbes
Okay, let me find it.
because that's where they have like a. When you look it up, that's like the source that comes up. Thank you for the corky. Thank you so much, Uncle John. Thank you.
Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about now.
Mm-hmm.
Where is? Oh, yeah, I have to pay.
You shouldn't have to. I didn't have to. If you just look up fraud per capita, you should be able to find it.
Yeah, I mean, I do see that they're one of the highest states. What about Minnesota? Let me look at Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota's per capita lower.
But it's still estimated $1 to $9 billion in Minnesota. Like,
Okay.
that's still a lot of money. I mean, we can
So
agree
of
that
course,
all
but the
fraud
per
is
capita
bad,
rate
right?
in Florida is significantly higher.
We can agree that all fraud is bad. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's Florida or Minnesota. He's gonna end it all.
I agree, but like, why are we only focusing on Minnesota? Why do people only bring that up and act
Well,
like
'cause that's-
Democrats don't address fraud? We go after fraud all the time.
Yeah, like Biden's fraud.
What fraud did Biden
who-
commit?
Not Biden specifically, but Pelosi, like her insider trading. I mean,
That
Trump
wouldn't be
insider
fraud, and
trading.
that's her husband, right?
Yeah, you don't agree with that, right?
If you wait, do you think that's fraud? Because then you think Trump's committing fraud when he's doing insider trading with literally individual stocks
But
he's trading. So
it's
by the
not
way,
him that's
there's
doing
a
it,
better
it's his-
argument for that Trump is insider trading than Nancy Pelosi, by far.
But it's not Trump. It's his personal finance people.
That's embarrassing. His personal
How very
finance
embarrassing.
people are putting money into individual stocks that he's then selling trades on. Come on, and by the way, that's
I
exactly.
mean,
I want to clarify.
that's what every congressman
Nancy Pelosi
does.
claims that again, all of the things that are traded by her husband, right, or by an individual stock trade thing, right?
So then you don't believe Trump when he says that it's his personal finance people?
Hell no. And even so, that still is insider
So you
trading.
believe
You still shouldn't be able to do
Pelosi-
that from the position of presidency. You
You
should not be
believe
able to
Pelo-
buy individual stocks from the position of presidency.
Yes, that's
You should only be
exactly
able to
what
buy
I'm
the S&P
saying.
500 and that's it.
We both agree with that. We both agree that fraud is bad. So then why is Pelosi allowed to do it and Trump?
I just said I think that literally the entirety of everyone who's running them and their close loved ones need to be completely divested and only invest in S&P 500. That's the only thing I think should be allowed. Is like an overall
agree
index
with
fund
you.
like that. So that's my
I agree
position.
with you.
I don't believe that they should be able to trade individualized stocks.
And you say that for all congressmen and women too.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, and Trump is undermining that to a great extent, like a greater extent than you'd be able to point to Democrats on. So if you actually care about these issues that you're saying you care about right now, then you probably shouldn't support Trump. Like, I just don't see how you can say the Republican Party is better at addressing these things when clearly he's actually, overall, the Republican Party's worse off at addressing this over and over and over again.
I mean, so you think if Democrats win in 2028, what do you think is going to happen to Trump and all the fraud? Do you think they're going to arrest him or what?
I think that there's going to be huge and major investigations. This might even happen with like right now, like or go through the midterms. Huge investigations into the corruption and the use of the government in order to make money. Yeah, that's definitely going to be something that happens.
But I mean, I can almost guarantee you that every president and
Nope, not every
members of their
president has done
cabinet.
this.
What about like all the cabinet members?
Jimmy Carter had to sell his peanut farm. Did you know that?
His peanut farm?
Yeah, because people
Why did he
thought
have a
possibly a
peanut
foreign
farm?
country could use his peanut farm in order to be able to give him money, and that he could use
Yeah.
his peanut farm in order to facilitate getting money from foreign companies or foreign countries.
Well, I think that's great for him. I think that he did the right thing.
That's so again, if that's something that we historically have done, why is Trump able just to like get away with this and you guys don't care?
Well, I mean, I definitely do care. That's what I'm saying.
So then why do you still support him? Like, you're just completely willing to overlook these things.
Am I willing to overlook these things?
You're still willing to vote for him, even though you have a preferable alternative.
What's my preferable alternative?
Harris.
Do you think she's gonna run again in 2028 or no?
Probably.
If
I mean,
it
I would prefer a progressive like AOC within the party, but I would definitely think she's better than any Republican candidate that is in the top of her candidacy, or even anyone could mention.
So if it was Newsom versus um, Kamala in the primaries, in the Democratic primaries, who would you rather see as the candidate?
Harris.
Over Newsom?
Yeah.
And would you pick Harris over AOC or no?
No, I'd pick AOC over Harris.
That's interesting. I've never heard someone actually think that.
Well, now you have.
What? Who just said dingbat in the chat? I'm not a dingbat.
Okay, why are you just randomly saying that in the middle of the conversation?
Sorry, your chat doesn't like me for some reason.
Maybe because you're a Trump supporter.
But regardless of politics, don't you think that everyone should be like equal or treated the same?
I don't think you believe that because you're MAGA.
What?
Yeah, I think in order to be okay with supporting Trump over the Democrats, that you have to be okay with not treating people fairly and treating people horribly.
Who doesn't treat people fairly?
Trump.
And what evidence do you have for that?
Hey, pardoned violent rioters who beat police officers, called them patriots, called for the execution of some Democrats because they said to follow the law and to not follow unlawful orders. He said that he was glad that Rob Reiner and Robert Mueller are dead.
Well, I mean, the January 6th thing, obviously anybody who beat police officers or tried to kill Pence shouldn't be walking this earth, but...
Okay, but Donald Trump pardoned them and called them patriots.
He pardoned the evil ones?
Yeah, he pardoned the violent rioters who beat police officers, and he called them patriots.
I don't know what to say. I mean...
Maybe that you don't support Trump?
We'll see what happens. He still has 2 years left.
Okay, so why can't you just say you don't support him? Like, what you can already tell that he's a horrible person, that he's dividing the country, that he's supporting violent rhetoric.
He's still the president.
And violent individuals. Just because someone's the president doesn't mean you have to support their actions. Well, if you lived in Russia, would you support Putin's actions?
Yeah.
If you lived in Germany, would you support Hitler's actions during the...
That's a completely different time, obviously. So
you'll say no, right? So then why the hell would you defend what Putin's doing? Are you pro-Putin? Are you pro-Russia?
I'm not a citizen of Russia. If I was a citizen of Russia, I would have different views.
But if you were a citizen of Germany, then you would support Hitler?
Likely.
Wait, no, based upon your value structure, if you were to be put there right now, based on your value structure that you currently have.
Not me not my personal...
so just because someone is your leader doesn't mean you should support them in all scenarios, no matter what they do, right?
But Trump is not Hitler, or he's not Putin.
I understand, but that doesn't mean that he can't do something that would get you to say that you don't support him anymore. Just because someone is your leader doesn't mean you have to support them.
If Trump does something extreme, or...
Can you give me an example of something Trump could do that would get you to stop supporting him?
Probably bombing, like dropping like a nuclear bomb on Iran.
Okay, that's it? That's all he could do, is it has to be up to that?
No, I mean, there's a lot of things. Like, if the Epstein thing is true and he's like then yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, I mean, then why is he preventing the release of the Epstein files, even though he's legally obligated to release all of them? Why was the DOJ scrubbing files associated with interviews that had allegations against Trump?
That was Pam Bondi and the other guy. What was that guy's
Todd
name
Blanche,
now?
that's who
Yeah,
Trump decided to put into that position.
I'm sure eventually they'll all get released.
And Trump is instructing them to do these things. You know that, right?
How isn't the DOJ and the executive branch separate?
Not under Trump. Trump doesn't believe in separation. Under Biden and Harris's administration, yes, there was separation. Under the current administration, there's not separation.
So you're saying he's like he you're saying he doesn't abide by separation of powers.
Not for the Department of Justice.
Okay. But I mean surely there would be like why is this not a bigger thing then? Why does nobody talk about it then?
Because Trump has tried to do everything he can to prevent people from talking about it. I mean, he started a war with Iran to prevent people from talking about it. He explicitly said that anyone who wants them to be released in the first place never supported him, ever.
Do you think the whole Iran war was just to deflect from the Epstein files?
I think that's a huge reason. I don't think it's the only reason, but I think it's a huge reason.
What about like knocking out their let's say they had
I mean, we're in a worse position right now than we were a year ago or 10 years ago under the JCPOA, the Iran nuclear deal that was established under Obama.
But weren't we giving them billions of dollars?
We're giving them more money right now. $300 billion they could possibly get access to
No, but
through
that's
Gulf
only
State
if-
funding for reconstruction.
But isn't that only if they're being good?
Yeah, if they abide by the same conditions that were already established under the Iran nuclear deal, where they were only given $1.7 billion because of where we stole money from them, 400 million that then accrued interest to 1.7 billion. That's what we gave them, and then we got rid of sanctions under the Iran nuclear deal. Under Trump's administration, they're getting rid of sanctions, and they're also helping fund reconstruction, $300 billion within the country.
So let's just realistically say that Iran gets a little boy nuclear bomb and he drops it on
Trump got them closer to a nuclear weapon because he literally
Didn't
pulled
he
out of the
bomb everything?
JCPOA.
No, but let's just realistically say they have a nuclear bomb. And are you just okay with them like having that and being able to drop it on us and exterminate us all?
Well, one, even if they had one, doesn't mean that they can drop it on our country. They don't even have the capacity to do that. And then two, even so, yes, we want to prevent them from getting a nuclear weapon, right? But I mean, there are political scientists that say that there could be less conflict in the region given that they do have a nuclear weapon. So there is actually some political science basis for that. But I would argue it makes most sense to prevent them. I just think that the Iran nuclear deal set up under Obama prevented them to a greater extent.
So do you think that, so you said they don't have the capacity to drop one. So do you think our military in the 1940s is more powerful or is more sophisticated and advanced than Iran's current military? Because we could drop one back then.
Well, you have to understand that military capabilities are different than what you're referencing. You have to reference like what military capabilities you're referencing. In terms of ability to produce a nuclear weapon, yeah.
So you think they can?
I think that we were able to produce a nuclear weapon then, and they aren't able to produce a nuclear weapon right now. Yeah.
They aren't.
I don't think it's that crazy. They aren't.
But wasn't the whole reason we bombed them?
It's already the enriched uranium has already been blown up. They'd have to go retrieve the enriched uranium, and then they'd have to use centrifuges and the enrichment process to then enrich it to the 90% required to then weaponize it, which they're not at yet. Which even so, like the point that I was referencing is that they were capped at 3.67% level of enrichment under the JCPOA, right? Which would be in place until 2030, which would still be in place, and then they could renegotiate from that position. Whereas under Trump pulling out of it, they then decided to enrich their uranium levels up to 60%. Okay, which is what Trump used as justification to strike them about a year ago. So we have to understand that Trump got them closer to a nuclear weapon. 60% is a lot closer to 90% than 3.67%. We have to be very clear there.
So are you basically saying that the whole war was a waste of time and money?
Yes, literally. And innocent people died, yeah. And it cost consumers in this country a bunch of money.
Yeah, How much did it cost taxpayers again?
How much did it cost taxpayers? I think the estimates were like around $50 billion.
50 billion?
Yeah.
But I mean, that's like already our like defense budget though, so.
Our defense budget's about $1 trillion a year.
Well, no, I'm saying like it's part of like our defense budget. Like it's already like included.
The expenditures. I could say some are. Is that why Trump was asking for more money to pay for it?
How is he asking for more money?
How is he asking for more money?
What? Yeah, how is he asking for more money?
He was begging Congress for more money.
But isn't there like a yearly budget like thing?
Isn't there? Yes, that's like when he was asking.
And have they already came out with that?
Well, he doesn't mean he was able to get it.
So the whole operation, what was the Iran war called? Operation Jusa or something?
What?
What was the Iran operation called?
Operation Epic Fury?
Oh, yeah. I don't know why I thought it was like, okay, never mind. But then, didn't we bomb Iran last year too?
Yeah, I just talked about that earlier, dude. Your comprehension skills are dog.
My comprehension skills are dog?
Yeah, I talked about that earlier, bro.
Well, you only talked about the current war. Are you talking earlier in the live stream or earlier with me?
With you.
No.
Yes.
You never. The first bombings in like 2025.
Yeah, I talked about that because I talked about how Trump used that the 60% level of enrichment of uranium to then justify the strike about a year ago, which was Operation Midnight Hammer, which is what you're referencing.
Oh, Midnight Hammer. That's the one I was talking about.
Epic Fury was the war.
So why didn't we just start a war earlier and get this all over with?
Dude, Jesus Christ, man. I'm sorry. You can ask Trump that question. Why is that a question for me?
How am I ever going to ask Trump?
Oh, okay, so why didn't we do the war earlier? Trump decided to do the war at the time he decided to do it. I don't know why he didn't decide to do it earlier in his administration.
Actually, yeah, that was
maybe the Epstein files.
The Epstein file. Oh, yeah, the Epstein files.
Yeah, he wanted to reduce people from talking about the Epstein files, which, by the way, you should acknowledge is enough reason to stop supporting him.
Well, there's been no like all the bad things are tips though. It's not like, I mean, he was on the flight logs, but he was probably just. I mean, he's a businessman. That's what he does. He goes with other billionaires and he makes money. It's not. It doesn't mean he was like. I don't know what I can say.
So then why is the DOJ scrubbing files with interviews with allegations associated or towards Trump? Like, why are they scrubbing those? And also, why are they not releasing millions of files when they're legally obligated to release all the files?
What's the evidence?
Their own Attorney General, Todd Blanche, admits that he has not released a bunch of the files.
What? Todd Blanche said that?
Yeah.
When did he say that?
He's repeated this multiple times. He's been asked by congressional members.
And what was his response?
Well, his response was trying to claim that they were duplicates, and then and a bunch of nonsense, repeatable things, which then prompted the question, why don't you release them? Which there was then a change of story. So you should take a look into that.
Yeah, I definitely will take a look at that. And if there is any credible info to where he's like a PDF, then obviously he should be exterminated. But
and then you wouldn't support him, right?
Yeah, exactly. If
if he's preventing the release of the Epstein files, calling Marjorie Taylor Greene a traitor because she wanted the release of the Epstein files, primarying Thomas Massie because he helped broker the Epstein Files Transparency Act, would that not be a good enough reason to stop supporting him?
But there's no.
Is that not a good enough reason to stop supporting him?
I don't. It's two different things.
What? How? Preventing the release of the Epstein files is definitely going to be a relevant thing towards protecting PDFs. That's what he was doing in this scenario. That's what he still is doing.
But
if he's protecting PDFs, is that not good enough reason to stop supporting him?
Only the survivors' names are redacted.
You understand that they did not just only redact survivors' names, and also many of the survivors' names were not redacted.
What?
Yeah, many of the survivors' names were not redacted, and a bunch of their information was doxed and leaked.
Are you talking about the thing where you can like hover over, or like highlight it and then like change the font and then you can see everything?
No, I'm just saying that they didn't even redact it in the first place.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it's not even that they were able to identify it through the redaction. It's that there wasn't even a redaction in the first place.
So who's the person that is responsible for that, Bondi?
The DOJ. Right, which includes Trump. So you understand, like, this is Trump facilitating the issues with releasing the files, okay? He literally tried to prevent the release of the files. He calls Marjorie Taylor Greene a traitor. How is this not enough reason to stop supporting him, dude?
if they release all of the files and it says Trump did this to a kid, then yes, he should be put up against a wall and
Okay,
someone
so
should
then
be able
stop
to shoot him
supporting
in
him.
the
Go,
head.
go look this up right now. Look up DOJ scrubs files associated with interviews with allegations against Trump.
Trump scrubs
Yeah,
files.
look up NPR investigation finds DOJ scrubbed files associated with interviews with allegations against Trump. And I want you to read that. You can come back up when you're done.
NPR. The Justice Department withheld or removed more than 50 pages related to sexual abuse allegations against Donald Trump from the public Jeffrey Epstein database. The missing files primarily involved undisclosed FBI interviews with a woman who accused Trump of abusing her as a minor decades ago. Is this what you're talking about?
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
Is NPR trustworthy?
Yes.
Is NPR trustworthy?
Yes. Are you looking up?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
NPR is widely regarded as a highly reliable news source for juice. Okay, but they are left-leaning. But again, I do.
All right, would you like to go read that and then you can come back whenever you're done?
Yeah, I'll read this. Do you want me to
Alrighty.
leave or just mute?
You can do either or.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
I read the article.
Okay, here, one sec. Spam, how old are you? Okay. Alrighty, go ahead, James. What's your position on it?
Well, I don't agree with this, obviously.
So you don't support Trump anymore?
Sure. I guess I don't.
Okay. All right. I appreciate you coming up, James.
All right. See you.
All right.